Okay, we are live. Welcome back for the final time. It is the Nets taking on the Knicks in the second last game of the season, but the last watch along of the season. So, yeah, this is it's been a bloody journey and a half. I will tell you that much. We have enjoyed, I don't know how many games, 50, 55 games on this channel, but obviously a full 82 game season, um, roughly, and it has not brought the results that we obviously hope for. Hold on a second, turning that down a little bit. Yeah, so we are in the time of the season where the pointy end of the season where if you're out of the playoffs, you're basically running your youth. Um, and today we are missing a lot of players. I will show the injury report right now. Claxton is not out. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to work out. Clax is not injured. I don't know why that's happened. Hang on a second. Don't mind me. Just double checking which one it is. Not that. O'Neill's still there. Hold on. 7? Nope. 4. Okay. Hold on a second. That's better. Okay. So yeah, we are missing quite a few players. We're missing DSJ, Schroeder, and Finney Smith, who are all out for the rest of the year. Their seasons are done. They've pulled the plug on those. We're also missing Cam Johnson today. We're missing Dayron Sharp today. Derek Whitehead and Ben Simmons were already out, so that means we only have 9 active players today, and it's gonna be Watford getting his first start of the season, playing the 4, I guess you could say. Well, he's not. He's playing the 3, but he's actually probably facilitating and running the point, which is an interesting sort of dynamic we're running with today, which I'm not against at all, because I think I'm hoping all 5 of these players are here next year, and we're looking at something similar to this sort of lineup, you know, that we're subjected to. Hold on a second. Okay. So we're about 5 to 10 minutes away from tip off. This game, I mean, in recent memory, has not been a great one for us. It hasn't really served us well. The Knicks are on an absolute tear. They've beaten the Celtics and the Bucks recently. I mean, last 10 games doesn't really indicate, a scorching hot run of form. We're actually basically identical in form with them, but some of the opponents they've beaten recently are like not to be messed with. So, the Knicks have got some really good players, really good role players built around Jalen Brunson, and that's what every single one of those role players are going to need to deliver, because they don't have Randall, of course, for the rest of the entire year. I don't think he's even playing playoffs. So, they've definitely got a little bit of a dilemma with that. But OG Anunoby, apparently, I mean, I watched some footage, some film breakdown of what he was doing against Giannis the other day, and that's a really good sign. It doesn't bode well for us today, because we're going to get absolutely cooked. The Knicks are trying to play for the 2 seed, and I mean, it's a pretty tight Eastern Conference in terms of standings. There's a lot of teams that are within reach of that 2 spot, but a win today would almost seal the 3 seed for the Knicks. A loss would make it very, very interesting for the teams trailing. But we will know by the end of the evening what that landscape looks like going into the final day. because every single team plays a match today. So plenty to play for the Knicks. So they won't really be messing around. And more importantly, I mean, for the Nets, we just need a good close to the year. I just think beating the Knicks would be, well, ideal, of course. It's probably going to be a whole new starting lineup next year with the addition of Mitchell. I'm not sold on buying Mitchell, and I'm also not sold that it will happen. It could happen, but I just don't see him wanting to come here. I reckon there's so many more winnable scenarios, like with regards to places he can go. But that being said, I mean, New York, he is a native, but he's not going to end up at the Knicks. So I guess that's the only saving grace for us. Maybe Sean Marks knows something that we all don't, but I'm not counting on it. So as it stands right now, I would not be too opposed to seeing something like this starting lineup next year. Or something similar. Cam Thomas, Clowney, and Claxton have played only 44 minutes together, but their net rating isn't a plus 18. So those guys, I mean, it's an incredibly good defensive lineup in that sample. And they're scoring at 120. 120, which is a bit nuts. Or 120 offensive rating. Watford's getting the start today in case you've missed it. So he'll man the point because he's got that playmaking ability. And no Dennis Schroeder, he's out for the season. We've got Thomas, Bridges, Clowney, and Claxton. Obviously, Clowney had 7 blocks the other day. And then for the Knicks, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, Anunoby, and Jericho Sims the 5. So let's see what the Nets have got here. Usually I do remember this matchup the last time out, and I remember we just got out hustled. I didn't watch the game, but from the highlights I gathered that we were just not good enough in the hustle department, and hopefully these guys here today are going to be a little bit better on that front. So we'll see how we go. I don't know why this hasn't connected. So I'm going to do a restart of my headphones. So this one's about to get underway. We've got the Knicks and the Nets. The Knicks in the 3 seed. The Nets out of the playoff picture in the 11 seed. They're basically playing for pride these days. Am I going to sync up Bluetooth? Hello? I mean, the game's underway, so we'll still be covering it. I'm just trying to fix up my bloody headphones. Watford's got it so far. So yeah, he's going to be doing the point guard responsibilities, which, like, we've got a bit more size in there compared to previous times we've encountered the Knicks, which is good. Bridges on the move on the wing. That's off. Clowney with a tip in. And we're underway. And that's a good start by your boy. Am I connecting up? Claxton with the block. We've already got a putback 2 by Clowney and a block by Claxton. You would have had that on your bingo card going in. Watford, I thought, travelled. Clowney corner 3. That hits side rim. And a rebound by the Knicks. And it's Hart to Brunson. Now the switch. You just love the fact that you can switch so much with this group. Short jumper by Brunson. A rebound for the Nets. And it's now Bridges on the outside who's going to feed Claxton. And he was fouled by Josh Hart under the basket as they were trying to look for him in the low post. So early start has been pretty positive. Not going to lie. The Nets will inbound from the side. And they're going to give it to Claxton off the inbound. Bridges to the corner was a bit of a dodgy pass to Thomas, but he gets a little bit of space. Clowney with another offensive board after the miss. Watford the 3. It's good. And the Nets have got the first 5 of the game, and they've well, scored all their points off second chance points early. So you love to see this start by the Nets. Exactly what the team's looking for early on. No easy look so far for the Nets, or for the Knicks, should I say. DiVincenzo lost it out of bounds, and Watford gets the stop this time. So, good start by the Nets. Been a pretty disjointed start from a Knicks standpoint. This lineup is just so, unique. Two pretty tall, slender bigs. Watford at 6'7", playing the point. I've always thought Watford's a bit similar to Ben Simmons. Watford gets it up and in as the shot clock expires. Yeah, I've always thought he's a little bit unique. Going to be tough to contain at 6'7". He's got a good floater game. He gets to the line. That's what you want. That's way too open for Brunson, but he hits back iron. The board is gathered by the Knicks, and DiVincenzo misses to the right, and the Nets can get out to a very nice early start here. We're up 7-0. Claxton! Oh my goodness! Thomas with the lob pass. Claxton with the left hand absolutely posted Sims. That is ridiculous territory where he's gathered that ball from. In the clouds, that one was. And now Brunson the other way will shoot over Claxton, and he's short on another jumper, and it's going the other way. So the Nets have scored the first 9 in 3 minutes without concession of a point. Been an elite start for the Brooklyn Nets. What a lob by Claxton. Or lob completion by Claxton. The pass had to be pinpoint precise, and CT has showed improvement on that element of his game right there, and it was on full show. We've got Thomas with it here. Guarded by Anunoby on the left wing. He drives it in, and he shoots with the right hand. He can't get the banker. Claxton had it knocked away. He saved it. And now Thomas will drive it in. Pull up for 2. He got it! Oh my goodness. I didn't even know what to do there. I was going to do this, but then I decided for the nice old fist pump. The Knicks have not scored yet. There is a lid on their rim. Meanwhile, the Nets have gone 5 of 9. They've got 4 extra shots. They've been killing them on the glass early. That's the 3rd lot of second chance points they've gotten in this game. And that's the main reason they got the separation early on. It's a great start. 11-0. Crazy. First time we're going to miss the playoffs in 6 years. Yeah. I know, it's a bit of a weird one. But you know what? I'm happy the season's done. You watch soccer, did you see Barca vs PSG? I don't really follow the Champions League. I think it's boring. I mean, it's some of the best football going around, but I just don't... I like the games where you sort of just can't predict who's going to win, or I don't know, the less skilled games are the more enjoyable games, I find. 3-2 Barca in the first leg, and they came back from 2-1 down. Pretty good game by the looks. But yeah, I don't watch... I watch the Premier League, but I don't watch Champions League at all. Okay. So a solid start by Brooklyn. 11-0. Pretty unprecedented start. I didn't really see this one coming, but I ain't complaining at all. So yeah. There's not really much else to say. We have looked like the more energetic team going out the blocks. Brunson's tried to shoot a couple of middies over Claxton, and it just hasn't gone down. It's fallen short on every try. And meanwhile, the Nets on the other ends are getting to the cup. You know, the offensive rebounding, we look like a completely different team with a player as agile and tall as Clowney, who's got a little bit of range. You know, Clowney's been hitting more threes than DFS probably was hitting in his last month and a half. So, immediately it makes a change. Can we do what the Clippers did, a 34-4 run? Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. The Knicks will probably score out the gate of the timeout. They'll probably score 2 points immediately, but it's been a really lively start. I tell you what, I would actually go as far to say, even though we're resting like 7 or 8 players, I nearly think this is probably the best starting lineup we could dish up. You've got a lot of size in there. You've got some rebounding, some good hustle. I mean, the rookies naturally show that more so. It's probably one of the highest ceiling shooting lineups as well. Not shooting, but scoring lineups, because you've got the Twin Towers basically at the rim. And lob threats everywhere. That's an open 3 for DiVincenzo. That's too easy. I don't know what we were thinking with that defensive scheme. The Knicks are on the board. It's only taken 4 minutes for them to do so, but the Nets do have a nice old 8 points lead early on, which is exactly what you want. Watford's going to back down Brunson. Oh my God. I can imagine that Jalen Brunson's going to do that shit all day. He's going to... How on earth is that a foul? It is a shoulder barge, but I'm just saying, like, what is he supposed to do to move Brunson? I don't really get it. Brunson guarded by Bridges. Now the switch. Brunson on the outside. He's picked up by CT. Doubled. DiVincenzo moves through to the corner for Hart. One more for Anunoby. He's got 2 to shoot. I don't know if he knows about it. He puts one up and it's off the board by Claxton. Good stop by the Nets. Claxton's got DiVincenzo on him on the outside. He's going to roll it out to Trendon Watford. Cross court to Bridges, and now Clowney in the corner. Back to Mikal. Shoots the 3. It's off. And Clowney was there for a putback too, but it went straight over his head. And now Hart will drive it in and gets it to go over both Clowney and Claxton. That's a tough make. So 5 straight for the Knicks after the Nets score the first 11 of the match. Thomas gets inside, misses it off the window. Claxton with the offensive rebound, and we've got a foul on the floor, and Thomas is very slow to get up. Let's see what bloody happened here. So Thomas is a bit sore. Let's have a look. Was there a tweak? Well, he did just drop, so I don't know if his like ankle buckled underneath him or what happened. Let's have a look. Oh, so Jericho Sims basically made him stretch his leg out a little bit more. So I think Thomas is going to the bench. And so is Clowney. So 6:44 to play here in the first quarter. Wilson is into the game with Lonnie Walker. Watford gets inside, shoots with the right hand. That one's off. The rebound by Josh Hart. And the Knicks can go on a little bit more of a run on here. Brunson the switch. So Brunson's going to wind down the clock a little bit. They got 10 to shoot. They haven't really gotten into a set yet. Here is Brunson, though. He's going to back down Watford. Turn around 2. And that's off. The board by Sims, though. Just landed in his lap, basically. And he misses the putback. And it's going the other way. So, little bit of a disjointed sequence. The Knicks have scored 5 points in nearly half a quarter. That's a bit mind-blowing, if you ask me. We should really have a few more points on the board to capitalize, but still got the lead. You don't really complain about that. Bridges, roll by Claxton. Puts one up and misses another 2-pointer. So, Clax, the hook shot, the sky hook was off. And now Hart, the handoff to Brunson again. DiVincenzo shoots the 3 over Bridges. That one's off as well. A good box out by Wilson. And the rebound by Claxton. Watford to Bridges in the post. Had it knocked away by DiVincenzo. Faces up to the basket. Now he has it knocked away again. The cutter by Wilson off the ball. That's not on. Watford has Brunson on him. He's got 4 to shoot. He's got to take it in. He does. And he... Oh, wow. He got a block. He got a blocking foul, and Brunson wants the challenge. 1.3 to play. Let's have a look. Mate, that's the second time he's done it, and I reckon both times, that's clearly a fucking blocking foul. Undisputed. So 5:16 to play, and Brunson's been a bit jammy with that sort of shit. Watford misses the first, though. So, first foul there for Brunson, and it was the right call. Robinson checks in, so I believe Hartenstein must be out. So 5:16 to play here in the first quarter. Robinson into the game, so he'll help with the rebounding efforts. Watford makes 1 of 2, nets up 7, and we've nearly had 7 minutes elapse. 5 points for the Knicks here. DiVincenzo has 3 of the 5 Knicks points. Here's Brunson, who's going to drive in and back down Walker now. The turn, lost the ball. Thought that was a double dribble, but whatever. Hart the spin, shoots over Watford. It's an air ball, and the net's another great stop. Watford, Walker, Wilson is open momentarily. Still open, and now the Knicks do well to cover that off. Walker gets inside. It's an open 2. Robinson was playing drop, and it's an easy 2 for Lonnie Walker. Those are practice shots. You do those in shoot around. You do those in the training center. The Nets are up 9. They have held the Knicks to 5 points in nearly 8 minutes of action. This is something that I did not expect out the gate. Anunoby for 3. That's off as well. And that's going the other way as well. So a lot of deflections out of play after a miss from a Knicks perspective. Bro, the Nets are putting on clamps here. This is crazy stuff early on. I mean, it's a pity that we're not a better offensive team because we really should probably be 7 or 8 points better with the amount of stops we've been forcing. But, you know, unfortunately, we can't always have nice things. Watford goes downhill and scores the 2 over Anunoby. So 16-5. I don't recall us having such a good defensive start. Like, in a long time. We did hold one team a couple games ago to 11 points in a quarter, I think, or 13. DiVincenzo hits back iron on another 3. It's a good bat by Watford to Claxton. Now, Wilson in the corner. Bridges, the pump fake, gets through. Wilson's open in the corner. 3. Yes! They're going to call a timeout the Knicks, surely. Nope, they're going to keep it going and let it run. Nope, they're going to call a timeout. Bro, the Knicks are fucking trash to open this game. I don't care what happens from here. Bro, the Nets have absolutely put on clamps early on. 19-5. And this isn't like it's a dead rubber. It is like the Knicks legitimately have something to play for here. And they're putting up absolute trash at the moment. So yeah, the Nets, I mean, they're doing everything right to start this game. It's all been based off the defensive work. Holding any team to 5 points in 8.5 minutes is no mean feat, but to do it against the Knicks, who have beaten some good teams recently, that's a really good sign. And it's even more of a good sign when Mikal hasn't even scored the ball yet. It's crazy. The Nets have gotten... Well, I've put Lowney in the spotlight first and foremost, because I just thought, well, that's suitable, is it not? But Trenton Watford, man, really, really strong start. He's got 8 points. He's hit a 3. He's gotten to the line. He's done a bit of everything. And he's also, well, deterred a couple of shots by the Knicks as well, and it's resulted in good things. We shoot an excellent... Well, not excellent, but we're shooting 50-40 at the moment from the field, which is a great sign. And the offensive rebounding, 4 offensive boards, you love to see it. We haven't turned the ball over either, or we have turned it over once. But, you know, against a good defensive Knicks team, like, they're really struggling because their offense isn't falling. Their defense is a bit compromised. They've gone 2 of 14 to open the game. And it's made for some pretty bad watching if you're a Knicks supporter. Brunson 0 of 4, Anunoby 0 of 3, and, well, Josh Hart and DiVincenzo have scored all their points. But DiVincenzo's put up 4 shots as well. So the efficiency department isn't looking so good for the Knicks at the moment. Getting out rebounded by 5 as well already. And they've committed a few fouls here or there, a couple of players on one personal each. So, yeah, they've had a shocking start, I have to say. I mean, it would be a very Nets thing to not capitalize on this just a little bit more. But yeah, the Knicks, 5 points in, God, in nearly 9 minutes of basketball is a little bit baffling to me. But we take this. We take this early on. Okay. So Watford is still on the court, understandably so. First start of the year, played 9 minutes, and is leading from the front, man. Ball's inbounded. Bogdanovic, step back 2. That hits back iron, a board by Wilson. There is a lid on that rim. Even out of the timeout, like, all the Nets players are basically glued onto their assignment. It's crazy. Walker gets inside. The turnaround J. That's good as well. Very fluent looking move. Down 16. The Nets have scored the last 10 points. They scored the first 11 of the game. Bogdanovic knocked away partially. Robinson couldn't handle it. And, J-Dub nearly was able to get the steal in there. We had numbers collapse. I don't know how we actually didn't rake it in. Robinson was able to be present enough, and Wilson fumbled it out of bounds. So 9 to shoot, 2:40 to play, but they didn't look like having a sniff on that possession. Ball inbounded to Bogdanovic from the outside, knocked away, and we got a steal. It's a fast break. It's a 3-on-2. Wilson in the corner. He darts there. The 3. He's not good enough yet to make those. But I can't believe this start. I tell you what, that's going to be a foul on the floor there. On the outside, it's Jalen Wilson who will commit it there. So 2:22 to play here in the first. And, God, the Knicks, man. What is going on with this start? They've gone 10 minutes, like over 9.5 minutes without a fucking point. Gilliard is into the game, the two-way player. Watford's going off. This is going to be interesting because Gilliard is, well, that's an excellent lob there for Robinson, and Clowney's playing the 5, so I don't know how well we're going to go here because Robinson is a lob threat. Clowney is a perimeter threat, so going to be an interesting dynamic there. Thomas lost the ball, got it back. Lost the ball again, got it back. 6 to shoot. On the outside, a couple of screens arrive. Thomas is an open 3. Oh my goodness! From way downtown! Unbelievable shit. The seas parted and Cam Thomas was like, I'm going to take this. Brunson to the corner for DiVincenzo. Moves through, and the two-handed flush with the baseline drive gets the Knicks up to 9 points. It's just crazy how rough they found it. Thomas is fouled by Bogdanovic on the pass. So it will be an inbounds play here for the Nets. So 24 to 9, we've got 80 seconds left in the quarter. Thomas is getting absolutely face guarded. Somehow got one up. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's crazy shit. I don't know how he's managed to throw that one up. DiVincenzo was knocking it away, or trying to at least. He didn't really succeed, did he? Hard on the outside. 7 to shoot. And we've got a foul off the ball, and it's Gilliard who was fighting for position. as Bogdanovic was looking for the entry pass. So 26-9, we're in the final minute of the first quarter, and the Nets have held an opponent, the 3 seed, as a matter of fact, to 9 points. Switch, Burks, good closeout there by Gilliard. Forces a tough shot. Oh, there's nothing you can do about that. That's the problem when you have a fucking 3-foot midget guarding on the outside. It's basically an open look if you can't get the steal in. Thomas lost the ball, got it back again. Layup is good. The corkscrew. Lovely. So 9 for CT. Knicks will have a possession here, but we execute the 2-for-1 superbly. Bogdanovic is looking for it again, and he's got Gilliard on him, so it's like an open look. They're going to need to help out. Hart, the cutter, the 2, he missed it. There was a foul before the Robinson put back 2, and it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for the Knicks at the end of this first quarter. So a couple of seconds remaining. Oh, well, 13. So a bit more than a few. So 28-12. Hard at the line. And the first free throw clanks in. So for the final net possession of the first quarter, Mikal Bridges will check in for Gilliard. Now, second free throw incoming here for Josh Hart. And that free throw is good. So Knicks cut the deficit to 14. Thomas will hold for 1. We've got 11 seconds left in the opening quarter. Thomas on the perimeter will drive it in, get inside. The reverse is good. Robinson had no business getting to that. They got 1, 0, and Josh Hart will chuck up a brick as it smacks off the backboard and out. So 30-14 at quarter time. The Nets have, well, in the last couple of weeks, have held some opponents to some really low scores. And it's fair to say that that is a great first quarter. We score 30 and only ship off 14. The Knicks have really struggled to get it to their key players today. I mean, Brunson hasn't scored a field goal. He hasn't scored a bloody point. And DiVincenzo has got 5. Hart's got 4. But they've really not existed. They've been a black hole on offense. 5 of 20. They're shooting 25% from the field. I didn't think I would be saying that going in. I really thought the Knicks would be blowing us out today. But, I mean, it's going to take something special for that result to happen. They're going to have to drastically turn the game around. Cam Thomas, 11 points. Watford, 8 points. They've outscored the Knicks by themselves. And then off the bench even, Lonnie Walker's been, well, he hasn't missed a shot. So usually he's a little bit of a question mark. He made me cuss in some crazy ways last time out. But today he's been much, much better. And yeah, even Clowney and Claxton, I mean, they've been solid. 4 offensive rebounds between them. And Clax has actually facilitated. So really nice to see. We've got 4 offensive rebounds already. Only the 1 turnover. Shooting at nearly 60% from the field. And we're shooting 43% from 3. So aside from the free throws, which usually is like a major area of flaw for us, it's been a really solid start. And Mikal Bridges hasn't even scored the ball yet. It doesn't matter if he doesn't score, as long as we're winning the game. And he's doing his bit on the defensive side, which I feel like he's been a part of a unit that's gotten the job done so far. He's a plus 16 in this game today. So really good. Okay. So second quarter's about to get underway. 30-14 the score. And I mean, happy days. Good start. Still got a long way to go. 16 points, nothing. Especially for the Nets, who can have some ice cold runs where they don't score the ball at all for like 5 or 6 straight minutes. And with the Knicks defense, I wouldn't completely put that out of the question, but second quarter's underway and the Nets up 16. They led by as much as 17. Bogdanovic at the elbow. That rims out. The offensive board by Robinson is good to get them a couple of points. This is going to be an issue, though. They've got Achua and Robinson on the court, and we've got Clowney and Wilson. Oh, Cam Thomas has banked it in. Top of the key. Oh, my God. He just does this stupid shit every so often that makes you, like, absolutely admire his individual brilliance. Bogdanovic muscles his way to the rim. We do not have the size on the court right now, which is a bit of a damn shame. 33-18 the score. We're just going to have to keep afloat. As long as we keep the scoreboard ticking over, I think we'll be okay. Thomas the drive in. Lost the ball going up. Try to recover it. And Burke saved it. So a turnover for the Nets. And it's Burke's bringing it up. Achua. Body bump. 2 off the glass. They're just going to feast. They're going to absolutely feast. I think there's going to be a timeout called, and there is. So early timeout. It's taken... Well, it took the Knicks a good... I'd say 9.5, 10 minutes to score 5 points in the first quarter. They've scored 6 in a minute and a half, and it's simply because they've just got the bigger bodies in the game right now, and they'll honestly be able to go to work because we do not have the size at the moment. We've got a bloody 5-foot bloody 1 point guard. Of course, I'm exaggerating that, but you know. I mean, surely it's just a pain in the ass that we don't have any other backup big, like a Dayron available or something, just to play in the minutes while Claxton is off. Because obviously, you know, yeah, it's going to be a bit painful trying to box out on Achua and what's his name? Mitchell Robinson. So that's literally it. Okay. This is basically a demonstration of why Clowney is not a 5. Just because he's not built out. And Claxton is the exact same thing. So, early going, second quarter, Nets up 13. 10:41 to play in the second. And the Nets are in a good place. But they've just got to knuckle down on what they did right in the first quarter, which was, I mean, it was basically, you know, it was based off their defense. The problem is we've only got 9 active players and there's not too many bigs as a part of that bench rotation. So it's going to be a little bit of a problem trying to like there's going to be stages in this game where we just don't have any size on the court. The problem is it doesn't really correlate like well with the Knicks bench unit because the Knicks have a lot of size on their bench. So yeah, that's the situation right now. Okay. Goodness me, so the Knicks can finish second all the way down to 5th. There's 5 teams that can finish in the 5, 6, or 7 spots in the East. In the West, there's 4 teams that could finish in the 7 or 8 spots. Gilliard, roll by Clowney, kick out to Walker. It's an open 3. Splash. Great play out of the timeout. A simple driving kick. I don't know how the space opened up, but the Knicks numbers collapsed. And Lonnie Walker was open on the right side of the key. Bogdanovic going to back down Wilson. Better matchup. There's a foul. It's going to be 2 free throws, and Bogdanovic falls over at the 3-point line. So a couple of shots coming up here for Bogdanovic. They haven't looked for the 3-point shot in the last couple of minutes. They've been more aggressive in terms of getting into the mid-range areas and really crashing the offensive glass to generate second chance points in a game where they're missing a ton. Bridges about to check back in. Bogdanovic misses free throw number 1 with the Knicks down 16, and Bridges will come and collect, I don't know who, Cam Thomas. So I'm interested to see what, well, it looks like Gilead is going to run the point because, I mean, we don't have Watford or CT on the floor. Bogdanovic splits the pair, and it is Gilead who will bring it up for the Nets with Clowney, Bridges, Walker, and Wilson, the other 4 on the floor. Walker again, he's feeling it. It's off. It's short. Was online, but not well directed. And now Bogdanovic on the outside, picked up by Mikal. The screen and switch. Clowney guarding. The 3 over the top of him. Oh, that is tough. That's when you know a player's feeling it. Of course, trust a bench player to decide to wake up when the bloody starting lineup can't actually hold their own. Bridges gets inside. Walker's open for another 3. And that one's good from the outside. And look, Mitchell Robinson is finding it pretty tough to guard the perimeter. Obviously, that's out of his comfort zone. Bogdanovic blows the reverse, but Robinson's there for the putback too, and that's the second time he scored off that outlet in this quarter. We've only had 3 minutes elapsed, 39-26, so if I had have told you the Knicks scored 5 points in their first 9 minutes of action today, you probably, well, wouldn't believe me, given they've got 26 now. Oh my god! Walker dispatched DiVincenzo and Mikal, you fucking idiot. Missed it, but Gilead stole it behind the back pass. The 3 is good. Let's go. Gilead. Who would have thought? Oh my god, you go from the ankle breaker to the steal and behind the back pass on the next possession. Crazy shit. DiVincenzo doesn't get the bounce. The rebound by Gilead. Who would have thought? Bridges on the right wing. He's got Achua guarding. He gets into the paint. He lost the handle. He got it back. He shot the midi. He missed it. Wilson was able to get a rebound. Clowney passed it to Mikal, and surely there was a push there on Wilson, but the referee just ignored it. So the Nets could have gotten the lead out, but they had Mikal jacking up 3s, and now Burks, the 2, doesn't get the angle, and free throws will arise here for Alec Burks. So, God, we've had a lot of second chance points, I tell you what, and the 3s have been on. Mikal has not been making them at the rate in which we would want, especially up 16. So 42-26, the Knicks trail, and man, Walker's had a cracking game so far. We're going to see we're going to see mass subs here. Clowney goes off, Claxton returns, Watford returns, and Gilead is off. So Burks, the second free throw coming up here. So hopefully the rebounding is going to fix itself up with Claxton on the floor. But I would have liked Clowney on the floor at the same time. Instead, we've got Wilson there. And, I mean, Watford back on the floor helps us out a great deal. So we've got a fair bit of size on the floor. Bridges is doubled. Good pass over the shoulder to Walker, who hits another 3. He can't miss. You love to see it. We've hit 8 threes in the game. Burks, drive in, kick out, Achua. Oh, wow. Bullshit, he has that range. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. So lucky. Oh, my God. Claxton. Bridges tries to get through Some bodies, Bridges to Watford. Mikal wants it back. Watford fakes the handoff, gets inside, and he just passed it straight to Anunoby. I don't know what he's doing there. And now Anunoby will get inside. Blocked by Nic Claxton, Walker, 3-on-1. If we fuck this up, we don't. Walker, the dime and dish to Watford, and we're enjoying ourselves out there. 16-point lead, and we've got a timeout at the 6:36 mark of the second quarter. I mean, it's not crisp and super clean all of the time, but there's plenty of smiles on faces because the Nets are up by 16, and there's a smile on my face as well because, bro, the defensive work today has been like a sight to behold. Even though in this second quarter we've already shipped off 17 points, the offense has been more of the staple here in this second quarter, and it's great to see. Noah Clowney's got 4 rebounds and he's got the 2 points and 2 assists, 3 offensive boards though. But it's Trendon Watford and Cam, the LSU duo, who have combined for 24 points on 10 of 14 shooting, and have not missed any threes. Lonnie Walker's got 13 off the bench. This is just a really random occurrence because he's really struggled for offensive potency when he's played in recent memory. But I tell you what, it's been a great performance by multiple contributors today. 19 of 32 from the field. We're shooting above 50% from the field and 3. Had 5 offensive boards, only the 3 turnovers. And look, I mean, it's great to watch. It would be even better to watch if Mikal Bridges could knock down his 3-pointers because he's 1 of 6 and is the only guy that's really, well, weighing this team down. We'd actually be like in the 60s for percentage and maybe even for threes as well if Mikal could have just knocked down a couple more. For the Knicks, I mean, Brunson has donuts at the moment. Their bench has actually helped them out a great deal here. They've got 22 points from their bench and 9 points from their starters. So, I mean, I couldn't have written that going in. They're 4 of 10 from 3, so they've helped themselves out a little bit in that department in the second, and gotten to the free throw line a little bit, but their field goal percentage is simply, well, it's never going to be, like, if you're shooting at that percentage, you're never ever going to be able to weigh the opposition down, really. And equally, if the opposition is like scoring at such a rate that we are, your field goal percentage, it's going to be difficult to catch up. You know, you're sort of relying on the opposition not scoring. Yeah, like just starting to miss their shots. Overall, though, like, I'll tell you what, even though we've shipped off the 17 points in the quarter, we've still, like, offensively, like, things haven't slowed down. I mean, we're up the same amount that we were at quarter time. The offense has been grouse. You know, it helps when you're hustling on the boards as well. And let's just put this into perspective. The Knicks are sitting in the 3 seed. They can qualify for the 2 seed. They can also drop as low as the 5 seed. It is incredibly important that they win a game like this. But at the moment, not in a great spot to do so. Brunson gets inside, well held by Wilson. Off-ball movement by Bogdanovic. He drives down the middle. Claxton with a swat. Get out of here. 5 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. And the Knicks will inbound from the baseline. Bogdanovic had that one sent back to the Barclays Center. And they inbound it to Brunson, who drives in, shoots, and missed it off the window. Oh, what the fuck? No way. How the fuck is that Knicks ball? Who the hell fouled under the basket? We had an open, easy rebound. We had the numbers there. Careless sort of work under the basket. Brunson on the outside. We're just about to exceed the halfway point of the first, well, of the second, should I say. Brunson in the mid-range. Another shot that rims out for Brunson. He still has not scored in the quarter. In the game. And we're 18 minutes in. Claxton on the outside. We'll give it out to Watford. And he's guarded by Achua. Bridges on the wraparound, gets inside. shoots a tough 2-pointer, bro. He had Wilson open in the corner. That was never, ever the right shot. Brunson on the outside will drive in. Kick out to Bogdanovic. Brunson will get it back in the corner, guarded by Wilson. It's good defense. Kick out to Achua. Back to Brunson. Drives on Wilson again, who's played great defense. He's forced the pass at every juncture. And the Nets force a Bogdanovic miss. So Brunson wasn't even able to get a shot up that time. Great defense by J-Dub. And now Walker. Oh my God, he's cooking. Oh my God. It nearly rattled home. He had absolutely lost Sims, who didn't really know what to gamble on there. The drive attempt or the three-point shot. And he gave away a lot of space on the three. The Knicks on the outside have it through Bogdanovic, and now Brunson guarded by Wilson again. The switch onto Watford. Brunson forced into another pass. We didn't even contest that. I don't know what Mikal is doing there. Living in dreamland. And he gives away a three to Bogdanovic on the right wing. Thomas is getting ready to check back in. Watford fakes the handoff to Wilson. He's now situated himself in the corner. Wilson will drive on Bogdanovic. Puts one up. It's off. He knew he missed it. And it's going to be Nets ball. So good hustle by Wilson. Good heads-up play to know he was, well off. And we've got a sub. It is Walker, who had a great end of the first, great second quarter stretch, where I think he scored 13 points. So incredibly key in our lead right now. Thomas, that's going to be a foul. And it's going to be 2 free throws. So nifty move by Cam Thomas. And, you know, OG Anunoby doesn't play on defense. So to get him in the air like that, I mean, that shows your offensive craft and ability, because, you know, Anunoby's respecting him. And he's a little bit worried. So he's going to give away sort of, you know, shots like that. Thomas at the line, shooting a couple. First free throws of the match for CT. So 48-34 the score. And mate, the Nets, for a team with 9 active players, 8 of which have actually played, this has been a bloody valiant effort against a team who, you know, are playing for legitimate seeding. Brunson scores the little push shot. That's the first bucket of the game for Brunson. So, I mean, it's taken long enough, and he's going to need to score quite a few buckets in order for them to win this game. Watford gets inside, created the separation on Sims, who went vertical, and he scored with the right hand. That's what you love to see from Watford. Brunson tried to move Clowney. He got the bounce. So Brunson is, after missing 6 straight, has just muscled his way inside on a couple of possessions and gotten the lead back down to 13. Thomas, open to his on-offer, and he's going to hit those every day of the week, unless he's on his off day, which is, well, it's not one of those days today, I will tell you that much. The Nets are 8 of 15 in the quarter, and the Knicks are 9 of 17. So as much as the Knicks have rectified their shooting struggles, you know, the Nets have been able to just remain stable. I mean, the Knicks have made inroads by 1 in this second quarter. It does indicate that the Knicks won't go down without a fight, and we're probably not going to see another 14-point quarter from them. But that being said, you know, I think the Nets have done a great effort. The Nets have done a great effort on the Knicks. But, bro, Mikal Bridges has got to lift, my friend. Actually crazy how this bloody team is... like, we've got 8 active bloody players. It's crazy stuff. Even still, and with Mikal missing a ton of his shots, Cam Thomas, Watford, and Lonnie have combined for 43 of our 53 points. So, who would have thought? And, like, Claxton hasn't really been much of a factor offensively. It's just a weird sort of game, I'll tell you what. And we're still shooting 57% from the field and 50% from three. It's crazy. The Knicks under 40%. Their top scorer is Bogdanovic, who is 3 of 9, and Brunson is 2 of 8, but he's made his last couple of shots. So 3:30 to play here in this second quarter, and the Knicks inbound and give it to Hart, and now Sims. Brunson on the left side. Now switched on to Claxton, and now Cam Thomas will pick him up. Brunson moves through, and he's going to get free throws. Cam Thomas with the foul. So Brunson's being a bit jammy here because he's absolutely struggled so far. You just knew that Cam Thomas was going to get, he was either going to concede 2 points or concede a foul. Because usually oppositions target that switch. Walker's about to check back in here. Brunson will score the first free throw. And it is Bridges going to the bench at the 3:18 mark. So we're going to give Walker some run. He's been superb in this opening half, Lonnie. And a huge reason why we're in front by this much. So second free throw by Brunson is converted. And it's a 13-point game. It's so key that we close out this half strongly because, well, time and time again, we've seen halves where we can't close out correctly and it just completely removes all our good work. Claxton misses a 2. He's just been a little bit off. You know, the other day he had a cracking match. Brunson pulls up for 3. Here we go. He's on. He's on. We're going to call a timeout. And that's a good timeout there by Kevin Ollie because it's down to 10. So even though the Knicks haven't gone on a crazy good run, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of Claxton taking the shots he's taken so far in this game. I mean, it's even though it's only a couple of, I don't even think, there's nothing you can really do about that shot. That's just Brunson pulling up and, Clowney's got, he's present, but he's just a little bit off it because he's probably trying to cover his bases for the drive should Brunson go there because that's what he's done the last couple of possessions. He just gave that little bit of extra room. So 10-point game. But yeah, the Nets can't go into this halftime break down or up 5 or 6 because that's just not justice for how well they've played in the first half. So we've conceded 29 points so far in the quarter. Scored 23. So the Nets have just, if they can get a few stops at the back end of the quarter and turn those into points, it's probably back to about, 15. But let's see what we've got here to close out the half. We're up 10, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And it's Watford who will look for that handoff to Thomas. He fakes it. He gets inside and he was fouled and tripped up, one or the other, or both. And we'll get a couple of free throws here. So Watford and Nifty move to get inside. And I think it was Anunoby, DiVincenzo also collided. So Trent Watford, the free throw line, will shoot 2 to get it back up to potentially a dozen at the 2:49 mark of the second. And he's already been to the line for a trip today, and he makes the first. He split the pair on the last trip. Watford has scored a nice amount of points today. He's got 13 in the game. He's 5 of 6. And a bunch of rebounds as well. He's hit a 3. Makes both. So back up to 12. Convert this to a stop. And interestingly enough, because the Knicks are in the bonus, Walker has fouled Sims. And this is a strategy that we have not seen, really at all by the Nets in a very long time. You very rarely see the Nets ever pull They never hack anyone, really. This is something that I'm not really accustomed to. Sims is 64% on the season for 57% in his career. He makes the first, of course. So we're challenging a non-free throw shooter to make his free throws, which is what you like to see. And he's also their center. So, you know, if he misses, they're pretty small on the box out. Sims, oh my God, he made both. Absolute crap, that is. So 55-45, 2:40 to play. Opening half. It's Watford, Thomas, Claxton, Walker, and Clowney. Oh, wow, that's got to be a goaltend. Claxton got an offensive rebound after Watford got swatted there by Sims. Walker puts one up. Oh, my God, it's off. Claxton nearly got the board. I don't know how he didn't get his hands to it. Hart on the outside to Brunson. Back to Josh Hart. What is Watford doing? Oh, my God, he's like 15 meters away. I exaggerate it, but... Close out the half good, please. Thomas inside. There's a foul. That's an absolute soft foul, but I think... Well, they're not in the bonus. I'm pretty sold that was a goaltend. Or maybe Sims did get to it. Let's have a look. I reckon he's met him at the exact same time that it's hit the rim. Thomas step back three is off. Oh, bats it ahead, but straight to Walker. The rebound was that long. Clowney the drive. Oh! Oh! That dunk was vicious. Oh, goodness gracious me. Get out of the way. Clowney's thrown down the hammer on a couple of occasions in the last week. And Anunoby's open for three. That's off. Well knocked away by Thomas to Watford into space. And the Nets will slow this one right down. They lead by 9. But they can get it back to double figures with a make here. Thomas is going to try. Well, he gets through DiVincenzo and puts up the nice old floater over Sims. Oh, that's a disgusting move. DiVincenzo had absolutely no idea. Man on skates. Brunson gets inside, lost the ball, somehow recovered it with very little space to work with. And now Brunson is doubled. Hart to the corner. Oh, wow. That's not Brunson. It's DiVincenzo. Hits the three. I'm not a fan of doubling Brunson because I don't think he's been all that in this opening half. Thomas moves through again and scores for 2. Oh, this guy's fucking unstoppable in this first half, mate. Don't even bother trying to guard him. So 61-51. Brunson going to drive on Claxton. Holds it up at the mid-range and he's going to roll it back out. He's got 4 to shoot. Cross. Shoots on the right. And it's off. How is that not a fucking... Oh my God. It is a steal for the Nets. Walker layup is good. I don't even know how to describe this. I'm not that much of a quick thinker. Hart's going to pull up for 3 and we don't even contest it. You idiots. Idiots. Oh my God. We didn't even try to block him from making the 3. So let me just run down what the bloody hell just happened. Claxton got a rebound. Had it knocked away by Josh Hart. We somehow still ended up with it because Walker read the pass. And then he takes it the length of the floor. Scores in transition with 3 seconds left. And then Josh Hart pulls up for 3. We give him all the space in the world. And he knocks down a 3 as the buzzer goes off. So we had a good a good second quarter. Let's just have a look at the play again. So your Hart was going to send it back out of Brunson, but it was cut off by Walker, who scored in transition. And then Josh Hart, as the buzzer goes off, hits the 3-pointer in the face of Watford. So, I'll tell you what, we did well to keep him at an arm's length. Because, look, as much as our offense has been exceptional in this game, we scored 33. We actually scored more in the second quarter than we did in the first. We shipped off a grand total of 40. So we went from conceding 14 to conceding 40, and yet we still lead by 9. So I'll tell you what, we could have entered halftime looking a lot worse than what we just did. So the third quarter awaits. We trail by 9. The Knicks have done what they needed to get back into the game. Josh Hart is 3 of 5. He's got 10. He's leading the way with that emphatic three-pointer being made. And, well, they're actually shooting above 50% from 3. Can you believe it? 9 of 17 from the outside. They were 2 of 8, I believe, at quarter time. And they're 42% from the field. Brunson only the 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting. And he's got the 5 dimes as well. But he's had a pretty rocky game, to say the least. From a Nets perspective, we need Mikal Bridges to actually wake up. That's if they give him minutes in the second half. He only played the 15 minutes, which was the near team lowest. Cam Thomas scored 22 points in 15 minutes. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, he's just that good. Claxton's been pretty quiet. Trendon Watford, 14 and 5. He's been very, very solid for the team. And Lonnie Walker off the bench, 3 threes made, 15 points. You'll love to see it. We're shooting great percentages from the field. And then in the rebounding aspect, we're out-rebounding them by 4. So good positives there, only the 3 turnovers as well. But look, I did say that, look, we're not going to see another 14-point quarter by the Knicks again, but I don't think, this could age very badly, I don't think we're going to see another 40-point quarter. I think, well, it's going to be pretty difficult to replicate what the Knicks replicated in the second there. But I think the really important thing for the Nets, in terms of just the game standpoint, is that we were able to hold them off. Only got outscored by 7 in a quarter where we get 40 handed to us. So, you know what? It could be a lot worse going into the second half. I don't see the Knicks scoring 40 again. We've just got to make sure the offense is upwards of 25 points in the third quarter. And don't concede more than 30. If you can go and not concede more than 30 for the rest of the game, I have great hope that you're going to win the game. So just don't concede more than 60. But that means you basically need to score 50, 55 points to win the match. So just don't let the Knicks cook. I guess the problem is that they've gone and, well, they've gotten a good amount of points from their role players, so that's sort of compensated for Brunson's shortcomings earlier on in the game. So we've just got to see if, I don't know. It's a really weird sort of game. Whoops. It's, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know which way this game's going to go. This score worm actually has it in the Knicks' favor at 58%, but weirdly enough, when they were down 21-5, they actually had a higher win percentage. It's a bit weird. But look, the Nets have done the right things. Though to close out the half, I mean, the Knicks went on a pretty nice run. They did get it down to 7, but we were able to score some timely buckets at the end of the quarter. I'm just expecting in the second half the Knicks to be very much on top of things. I think their energy is going to be very, very large. They've got something to play for. They're chasing the 2 seed, and they're also wanting the bragging rights. You know, in the city, they've won their last 3 games. Well, they've won the 3 games we've played against them this season. And so naturally, they're obviously going to be, chasing that season sweep and have the bragging rights in the city. So we've just got to make sure that we don't let that happen. Overall, though, I'm pretty satisfied with that opening half. how could you not? I mean, we're getting some great, great contributions from a couple of key players and players who haven't really gotten time in recent memory or over the course of the season, if we look more broadly. Mikal Bridges, though, my guy, you need to be better than this. 3 bloody points, even though you're a team high plus 14. Just needs to be better. 1 of 7. I'm not liking that shit. And even Claxton, bro, 2 points. 2 points. They don't even have Hartenstein. They've been playing Robinson off the bench. And even though you're getting the rebounds, you've had a few offensive boards, you've assisted. Mate, we need you to not be a black hole on offense, because then that's where things get a lot tougher for the Knicks in terms of trying to stop us, you know? We need to see a good version of Clax in the second half. We need to see the Clax we've seen in previous games against lesser opposition, you know? We've only got one half to play, though, in this, well, in my season, technically, because I'm not watching the Nets-Philly game. It's too early. Those in the chat, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We are doing a, I did do a poll in the community tab asking if we wanted a Noah Clowney analysis sort of thing. More just to get a gauge of, what he's delivered so far and what he can deliver going forward. Because I think there's so much upside there, objectively speaking. So, you know, it would be rude to not honor it, honor what he's done. And it's very interesting to see where, or if this changes anything with regards to how the Nets approach re-signing Clax. If they do re-sign Clax, I don't think that's nailed on, of course, but I do think that this potentially could change things a little. It could work one or two ways. It either works in the way of, well, you know, you see it as the Nets viewing Clowney as a big long-term piece, so much so that you can offload Claxton, or you see the vision of those two working together. I personally think that having Clowney and Claxton, that front court, like, without going too soon, like, that front court has loads of potential. Very much give me similar vibes to Allen and Mobley. Which I guess is sort of the reason why you could make the claim that they'll go for Mitchell, because that's who he's been paired with in Cleveland, Mobley and Allen. So, yeah, the only issue is we're going to have to offload Cam Thomas, but I would imagine Mikal Bridges stays. So that would mean you'd have Donovan Mitchell, Bridges, Claxton, and Mobley. I don't know. That doesn't move me. I'd rather have CT and Cook with what we've got, but because look, I'm just gonna put it out there, bold early prediction: next season we will automatically have a better record. That's just a bold claim. I mean, I obviously don't even know what that looks like next season, but I do feel as if the younger players will produce more output than the role players of this year. Like, when we look back on it all, we look at I'm trying to think. When we look at O'Neal, Finney-Smith, Dinwiddie, Johnson, they're probably the main ones. When we look at those guys and we see what they've produced, even Ben Simmons for that matter, those guys played a chunk of time this season. I mean, I'm not going to count Ben because he didn't. But those guys, I would say, like, it's felt like they've had a less of an impact on winning than this very short stint at the back end of the year where we've seen Clowney, Wilson, Cam Thomas running with Bridges and Claxton. It's felt like it's a little bit of a different vibe, a better vibe. Trenton Watford even, he moves me a lot. And even at the start of the season, in my season preview, I did say that Watford will have a rotational spot. And, well, I mean, even though it's happened by injury, I think he's really proven his worth. And he is a restricted free agent, so I think we'd be dumb to not, you know, not match any bid that comes in, because he's really proven himself. And I think he'll get a nice modest deal. I think maybe in the teens. Or no, maybe not. Maybe like a $7 or an $8 million deal over like 2 or 3 seasons. But I think that is a deal you have to match every day of the week, especially when he's only 22, 23. Because he's, really young. So, like, in the context of other NBA players. So, it's a no-brainer to sign a player up like him. And then hopefully Derek Whitehead has actually got a good run at it next season. Because he's got boatloads of potential, apparently. It's just the fact that, he's been absolutely made of glass this season and hasn't really... Well, he hasn't seen court action too much, so... I think there is a lot to look forward to. I don't think it's as bleak as it looks, but I think even though this season was an incredibly rough one, I think it was necessary for the franchise to establish where they are, what players are worth. Like, the way Finney Smith has played this season, plus factoring in how Clowney has played this season, you can sort of... now Clowney needs to be playing next season. You know that Finney Smith is not aligned with what you're trying to do. And you can also just accept, that's a part of the rebuild, or that's a part of the, changing of eras. So hopefully, those sort of things that are going on at the back end of the season make the mindset shift a little bit, and we don't aggressively chase wins, because I think we need to organically make it happen. I think, we just need to organically make it happen. Honestly. So that's just my take on it. We've got the players to do it. It's just, I don't know. It's a tough one to call, though. But I am on the side of rebuilding for sure. We've got one half to play for my watch-alongs this season. Those of you in chat, obviously it's a pretty meaningless sort of game at this stage of the year, given we've only won 32 games in the season and are out of the playing picture. But do want to say thanks for tuning in, especially for a game like today. And basically for the whole season, because I know there's a few people in chat today that have been here from game 1, or they've been here from last season. So, I'm thankful for each and every one of you rocking up to the streams. Basically, just, the reason I do this is just so I have, there's no Nets fans over here in Australia. So, it's more just to reach out to Nets World and such, and whoever wants to tune into the streams, they can. And it's just a good way to just, talk shit about the Nets and at the same time, just embrace the wins. And then also, cope with the losses, because we all vent in the chat and that sort of thing. So, thanks for all the support over the course of the year. We've still got one half left. I'll do it at the end as well and say my thanks, but we're underway in the second half, and it is Brunson on the outside, picked up by Thomas. Let's see how well they start, because... Wow, okay, Josh Hart, easy layup to open. So the Knicks get on the board first, and that's something they didn't do to start the game. That's knocked into the backcourt by Anunoby. Wait, is it? What? How the fuck is a backcourt violation? Did that not get knocked away? I have no idea how that's a backcourt violation. Brunson on the outside. He's got Clowney guarding. Brunson drives, gets through, blocked by Claxton. It's good defense. A net at every corner. Bridges, Watford. We had the numbers. I don't know where the extra man was. Bridges in the corner, falling out of bounds, gives it to Clowney. Had it knocked away. No one wanted the basketball for the Nets, so, oh my goodness. Oh, God. How many turnovers to open the bloody second half? I knew this was going to happen, though. I did say at halftime, the Knicks are going to, they're ready. They've got something to play for. They're not going to die wondering. Watford open in the corner for three. That's misdirected. Clowney does well on the boards and was able to wrestle it back. Thomas for three. Oh, God. Just go for the layup, man. 5-point game. It's hard on the outside now, Brunson. This is where you get scared. One-on-one. He's going to drive on Watford. Gets one up and is fouled +1. Well, it's fair to say this has not been a very good start. And they've actually just picked up where they left off. So, the Knicks are starting to assert their dominance, which I think is to be expected. But it's more so the fact, how do they start so poorly from the field? They started so poorly from the field and have just, since that point, there wasn't even a notable turning point. It's just slowly have more shots being made. So 63-61, Nets up 2. They were up by as much as 17. What are you doing? Oh my God. How many fucking steals at the start of the damn quarter? They've scored the first 9. Hold on. I'm just gonna turn on the fan because it's actually getting a little bit warm. But, what a shocking start. We just cannot look after the ball. I mean, in the whole of the first half, what do we have? 3 turnovers? And this is saying we have 4 turnovers now, but we've had, I reckon, 3 in the quarter. No, wait. That's the halftime outlook. 4 turnovers in the half. And watch this. If I go across to Brooklyn now, well, apparently they, for some reason, still have 4 turnovers. I don't buy into that one bit whatsoever. It looks like the scoreboards just haven't really updated. The Knicks' run has been that rapid that it can't even keep up. The box score can't even keep up. So, look, the Nets haven't been shooting bad at all. I mean, they haven't even given themselves a chance to score the ball in the second half. I reckon in 2 minutes we've had one sequence where we've actually put up a shot, and we turn that into 2 with the Noah Clowney offensive board. But very slow start out the gate, and this is the Brooklyn Nets personified, though. I feel it's pretty typical of us to. If we were in the position where we scored 5 points in 9 minutes, we're getting blown out of the water. But the Knicks did it, and they've been able to, resuscitate themselves, basically, and they've scored 13 points in 2 minutes, bro. Or, sorry, 9 points in 2 minutes. They scored 40 in the damn second quarter. After having a 14-point first quarter. The minute you started turning the ball over against the Knicks, it was going to be game over. And I think that's been the real... that's the reason we were in front at halftime, even for conceding 40 points, you know? So they've done really well to get back into the contest. Um, so the Nets are up, or they're not up anymore. I've been saying that all game. That's why I was used to saying it. Okay. So they've scored 9 points in 2 minutes. We've turned it over about 3 times in the quarter. The timeout needed to be called by Kevin Ollie just to calm the troops down. So let's see if the Nets can just build from the ground up here. Thomas to Bridges. Mikal gets inside. Thomas has an open look. He gets by Anunoby. Stops and pulls up for 2. You knew it was off. Claxton got the board. Bridges has been open from 3 for ages. But Claxton tried to take it himself. He did not shuffle Sims, but he did get fouled. And it will be 2 free throws for the Nets. Yes, sir. Bit of tunnel vision, though, there by Clax. He just needed to look left. So instead, we've got free throws at the line for a not great free throw shooter. And it bloody showed because he airballed it. My goodness. 2 of the supposed pillars of this team have just not shown up today. I will tell you that much. So free throw is good by Clax. He gets us back up to a 1-point lead. But, brother, the defense that got us in a commanding position has just been, well, I don't think it's been non-existent. I just think the Knicks have hit their shots better. And Anunoby step back 2. It's back iron on that mid-range. And the Nets can get that lead back up. Watford on the outside. Looking for Cam Thomas, who's able to overcome the Anunoby assignment. Great cut by Bridges, and Thomas honoured the run. And a nice, easy layup for Mikal. So great teamwork by those 2. Bit of chemistry. Lead back up to 3. Brunson on the outside. Gets inside. The kick out to Anunoby. On the catch this time, it's good. I don't think you can be doing that shit 1 pass away, Trenton Watford. He's had a couple occasions where his coverage on the threes have just been shockingly poor. Mikal gets inside. Clowney's open in the corner for 3, and he knocks it down. Easy. So a good response there by Clowney. He's got 7 in the game. That's his first 3-pointer of the match. And now Claxton will guard Brunson on the outside. The switch. And then they switch back. So Claxton is guarding Brunson. Now Anunoby in a switch guarded by Cam Thomas. He's going to shoot a deep step back 2. Oh my God. He's not that good, man. Good defensively, but fam, he's knocking down deep 2s like that. That's ridiculous. Cam Thomas in the corner's trapped. Switch. Claxton faked the handoff. Kick out to Thomas, who relocated. That's off. And a long rebound by Brunson. They can take the lead. They have not led at all in this game. Brunson the 3. Oh my God. You wouldn't have thought he missed his first 6 shots. Clowney couldn't have defended that any better. Hand in the face, and he still hit the shot. At that point, what are you supposed to do? I mean, Bridges now gets inside. Open corner 3 for Clowney. Shooting practice, but it's off. That was disgusting, excuse me. Oh my God. Brunson shooting a heat check. That's off. And Hart decked Claxton, so a foul. Goodness gracious me. Jalen Brunson is... You would not have thought, with the way he's been hitting shots in the last quarter and a bit, like, you wouldn't have thought it. Like, shooting shots from like 5 to 10 feet behind the line and going 0 of 6 in the same game. Who would have thought it? Bridges gets inside. He had to pick up his dribble, and now Clowney will hand it off to Watford. Back to Clowney. Lost the ball. He doesn't have the handle. Brunson in transition. Kick out to Anunoby. Another 3 is good. It's actually ridiculous. It's just a fucking barrage. They've scored 20 points in nearly 6 minutes. I wouldn't even say the defense has been that bad. 5-point lead for the Knicks. Thomas through Watford on the wing. The screen by Thomas. Watford gets inside, the pump fake, and he's fouled by Anunoby. It's going to be 2 shots. So 3.2 to play on the clock there, and a bit of a bailout there for the Nets, who have found it pretty tough to score here in this third quarter. They have only scored the 6 points. So it's basically a mirror image of what was going on in the first half. In the first quarter for the Knicks, except just the reversal of roles completely. Yet, we still can't score a fucking free throw. What a surprise. Second free throw there for Watford. One goes down. Wilson in the game, I presume, for Clowney. Playing a bit of zone here. No, we're not. Looks like a zone because we're playing that far off our assignments. Bro, this guy cannot miss now. I mean, there's not really much you can do. They've hit 4 threes in the quarter with only 1 miss. And I'd love to see their field goal percentage just fucking skyrocketed as the game's worn on. The lob by Claxton is on, and it's a great completion. I do presume, though, this is going to be the tough part of the game. If you can just keep yourselves in the contest, you may very well win this game. This shooting cannot last forever. What is Watford doing, bro? What is he doing off the ball? Just not even trying to deny the pass. He's just playing so far off his man. Oh my god. The lead is just gradually increasing with every 3 they make. Wilson, can he respond? Oh my god. Fucking airball. That wasn't even close. But it wasn't even distance. That was like where he's angled it. Jesus Christ. That was so far to the right. Unbelievable turnaround by the Knicks. Given the way they started the game, they have no business being on 80 points right now. Here's Josh Hart, who will drive it in. Lost the ball, got it back out to Brunson again. Just don't even allow him to shoot it, bro. That one's short. Please get the rebound. Watford does. And gives it to Cam Thomas. So that seems like the first stop we've gotten in quite some time. Thomas shifts gears. It's off. Claxton can't get the offensive board, so we don't turn the defense into offense. DiVincenzo to Hart in the corner. The spin move. The layup. It's off. The rebound by the Nets. And it's now Watford in transition, who will get inside. Lob it up to Claxton. A good adjustment. Because I thought Watford was going to go up, in which case Sims was going to absolutely swat it into the ground, but it was well changed mid-air to go right into the lap of Claxton, who was able to complete the play. So a 6-point lead for the Knicks. Brunson in a switch guarded by Wilson. Do not give him the space. Good move. But he missed it from 2. And then Brunson was on the sideline as he was trying to save it after his own miss. And it will be Nets ball here. So, gotten a couple of stops. See, that last 3 we conceded to OG Anunoby. Watford's fucking directing traffic. Not concerned about his own man. If anything, other players on the team need to be doing that to him in directing traffic. Go to your fucking man. So 80 to 74. 3:30 to play here in the third quarter. And Clowney's getting ready to check in. Walker just checked in. So it looks like we're going to play Clowney at the 5 and counter the Robinson matchup with a bit of shooting. Walker on the outside to Claxton. Handoff faked. Claxton tries to create separation. He missed it. Then he missed it again. But Wilson was there for the putback 2 on the third try. It's back down to 4. If we can just make this more unclean, then that suits us, I do feel. I mean, the Knicks are hustlers, but you know, we just got to slow things down and suck the momentum out of the game. Brunson guarded by Wilson. It's a 1-on-1. Brunson gets inside, shoots a 2. It was uncontested because Wilson was wrong-footed. And it's back up to half a dozen. So 2:30 to play. And the Nets have gone to 33% in the quarter. The Knicks at 65%. So that explains a lot. For the reason the lead is now with the Knicks. Watford on the outside. We'll give it to Thomas in the corner, who is closed out well by Josh Hart. Watford, we've got 2 to shoot. And then he has it knocked away. And the clock expired. And a turnover for the Nets. So it's going to be Knicks ball after the timeout. 2:13 to play, and Watford's getting a little bit of a talking to by Kevin Ollie. But, man, this third quarter's been a shocker. I'll tell you what. 6-point game. It's actually amazing, though, that we've been able to only end up down 6 for the way the Knicks have played. Like, how nuclear they've gone from the field in this, well, for the majority of the middle 2 quarters. I mean, they've scored 28 here in this second half. We've only scored the 13, so we needed our offense to at least be above 25 and keep the Knicks under 30. But it looks like we're going to have both of those things not occur in this game, which is a little bit of a travesty. You are enjoying the stream. It is the last one of the year, so make sure to drop a like on it if you are enjoying it. But as expected, this stream, I mean, not many people are watching it because, quite frankly, I wouldn't care too if I was a Nets fan, which I am. So a little bit stupid me saying that, but you know, it's that stage of the season where you're sort of a little bit checked out when your team's basically removed from playoff contention. So this is the last game, though. For me, I'm not doing any watch along for the Nets Philly game. We'll be back next season. God knows what that season's got in store. We'll be doing a couple of off-season videos as well. So we're not completely going off the off the radar over the off-season, but we may do a playoff watch along here or there, but yeah, this is the last game. It's just a little bit frustrating that we're up like 16 points quarter time, held the Knicks to 5 in 9 minutes, the first 9 minutes of the game, and here we are having conceded 82 points. So yeah, 2:13 to play. I just want the Nets to win against the Knicks, man. Because they're arrogant. I mean, the Nets were arrogant when they were good and they were feasting on the Knicks. But, looks like there's going to be there is a bit of dialogue between Cam Thomas and the referee. I'd argue that Cam Thomas is a little bit frustrated with the attention he's been receiving. So, Knicks' lead was up to as much as 8. The Knicks have just played Brunson the whole quarter. The field goal percentage is very similar now. Very similar. We've made one more field goal, but shot one less. Hard on the outside. Oh, my God. Watford, man, has been a travesty. Like, bro, defensively, he just looks very, very relaxed. That's sort of how he operates on offense as well. Watford lost the ball again. How many steals is he going to get in this damn game? Or turnovers, should I say. Good backdoor cut by DiVincenzo, and easy too with the reverse. How many damn turnovers is he going to have? And they've been What's going on here? An 8-point lead here. Good no-look pass there by Brunson. I didn't give it the credit that was due. 1:31 a play. So it's just like, for me, it's not even the shots we're giving up, it's more the turnovers. Because we've like given him so many extra looks purely off the back of being absolute bloody tossers with the basketball in this third. And I think like it comes with the Knicks' defensive intensity as well. Like the defensive intensity was bound to lift, given they've got something to play for, you know. But we've got to be better than that with the basketball. Like, you're playing in the NBA. You can't be turning the ball over the way you have been in this third quarter. Watford, top of the key, gets through, puts one up. It's off. Lowney try to get the board. Gilliard ends up with it. We've got an open three. Hit it. Oh, you idiots. So Clowney did well on the glass, just being enough of a presence to knock it out, and Gilliard was able to give us some second chance points, or a potential look in at second chance points. Bogdanovic moves through. Robinson had it knocked away. Wilson did well to get the steal and read it. That has to be a take foul. No way he's making a fucking play on the ball there. So the Knicks turn it over for the first time in the quarter. Oh, that is so dead, man. We had a fast break possession. Does my head in. Walker on the outside. Shoots a 2 in the mid-range. That hits back iron. They're just putting more pressure on the ball carrier. That is just something we have not been able to do. We haven't checked him enough. Gilliard's doing that pretty well here on Brunson. He's lower to the floor, so he's probably got a stronger base. DiVincenzo misses a 3. Gilliard with the long board. And there's a 1 second difference between shot and game. So you'd be dumb to rush it here. Use the entirety of the clock, unlike what you did at the back end of the first half, where you gave him a few seconds to advance it. 84-76. Walker gets inside. Oh my, you idiots. Oh my fucking God. Lonnie Walker turns it over this time. Well, I guess we ran down the entire clock, so that's something. They got 1 second to put something up. Why do they get to advance it? That's fucking bullshit. Since when can you advance it? Bogdanovic's 3 is miscued. That's 3/4 time. We don't have a minute left. We've got... Oh, shit. I just completely got rid of the actual score. It's 76-82 at 3/4 time. Let me just get the scoreboard back up. Okay. So quarter 4 is going to get underway very, very soon. The third quarter, I mean, it was pretty emphatic by the Knicks. They scored 30 points and the Nets struggled. They scored 13. Bro, 13! And I thought, well, I mean, a couple things needed to happen in order for us to win. We needed to see something similar to what the first quarter was delivering, in terms of forcing a tougher shot profile, but we also needed to ensure the offense remained stable like it did in the second quarter. That's what kept us in the game. Amazingly enough, though, in a world where you concede 40 points in one quarter and then follow it up in another quarter by scoring 13 and having a ton of turnovers, you should be getting blown out. We're down 8 points. we still can win this game amazingly enough. I need to update the box score. For some stupid reason, it won't update. And I have absolutely no idea why. It still thinks it's... I don't know what's going on with the box scores today. Seems like the interns are on it because, mate, they're bloody clueless. I'll tell you what. The box score isn't telling me anything. Like in that third quarter though, the turnovers were out of hand. It says we've got 6. I reckon we've had... I don't even want to question where we're at because it's not going to be a good outcome for sure. As I said though, for the middle 2 quarters where the Knicks have been on a tear both offensively and defensively, we're down by only 3 or 4 possessions. So in the context of an NBA game, this is absolutely nothing. Do watch-alongs for the Knicks. I'm not doing watch-alongs for the Knicks. Nets fans are really angry. I literally don't... I don't care. I don't care about the Knicks, man. Like, it pisses me off to see them perform, but I'm not that butthurt. I tell you what. Like, some people will be absolutely butthurt, but I'm just more butthurt with what we've done in these middle 2 quarters. Just the turnovers, man. And how you concede 14 points one quarter, then concede 40 the next. I'll never wrap my head around that. Good defense to start the quarter. We nearly got a steal there. Burks is blocked by Walker, and the Nets can score a couple early points here. Thomas is in the game to start the 4th. Shoots over Robinson. The 3 is on target. It is 84-81. 1 quarter to play, and it's a 3-point game. 11 minutes to play. Let's have a good start in the 4th, shall we? Bogdanovic gets inside, shoots off the glass, doesn't get the angle. Clowney doesn't box out. Or should I say, no one else gave him a helping hand because he's clearly outdone in the size department. And the Knicks get an easy 2, so... Good cut by Walker, although he got pushed out to the perimeter by Hart, and that's off. Gilliard, bro, this guy's 5'3", and he's getting steals. Walker with the reverse didn't get it to go. Wilson got the board, and then didn't get fouled. Oh my goodness. How on earth did a 5'7" point guard... How on earth did a 5'7" point guard get a rebound over 4 Knicks? What a big swing there, because we got multiple offensive rebounds. The Knicks scored off an offensive rebound up the other end. 2 for Thomas is through. Back down to 5. 88-83. So a 5-point game. Claxton getting ready to return early. Bogdanovic on the outside. We'll give it to Burks. And now Robinson. DiVincenzo will get inside. Good defense there. Oh, what? Where's the foul there? Piss off. So let's have a look. Thought he got him clean there, Lonnie Walker, but maybe I'm seeing a part of it. A wrong part of it. Something I missed. 9:30 to play. DiVincenzo makes the first free throw. Gets it back up to 6. Claxton back in. So, even though the Knicks looked like God, yeah, they looked like God. If God was basketball, or if God was a basketball player, except they had 5 of them running around on the court at the same time. Only up 7. We've managed to stabilize after it looked like the Knicks were going to run away with it. Thomas, oh my God, he's forced into a... that's good defense by Josh Hart. Kick out to DiVincenzo went out of bounds. And it was off hands. or off a body, so it's going to be Nick's ball. So let's see what the Nets have got here. Game is not over by any stretch. Just got to be disciplined on defense. Get these stops. And then just be punishing on the other end. Burks, the roll by Robinson. Blew the layup. Oh my God. Mate, there's nothing you can do about that. When you have no fucking size on the court, or you're switching, like, Wilson's trying to bloody get a charge, and instead Robinson's blowing layups and then just following it up. Ah, Jesus. Claxton out to Thomas. I thought Hart was actually fouling. What the fucking hell did he just throw up there? That is nearly one of the most awful shots I've seen. DiVincenzo takes a baseline and scores the layup, the reverse. And that should have been bloody predictable to read if you're Claxton, but, I mean, credit some offense where credit is due. That's just a really nice layup. Maybe when the Nets move to North Dakota, you will have more luck. Mate, I don't care. Just don't care. Season's done. I'm more looking for positives. Doesn't necessarily have to come in the form of wins. The Knicks can win. I mean, they've got something to play for. We don't. I'm not that salty. If we actually had something to play for, then I would. Because we were up, what was it? 26-9. We're up by as much as 17. Realistically, though, you appreciate a good team when you see one. The Knicks are a good basketball team. I'm not afraid to say that. As much as it may hurt to say that, doesn't hurt. But as much as it may hurt to say that, they are objectively a good team. They got good players everywhere. Good players performing. Even with Randall out, they've got some really good contributors. And they bat deep. Like, they've got good players in the ninth rotational spot, 10th rotational spot. Like, Miles McBride has been really good for the Knicks this season. So, you know, like, going into this game, we should have lost it anyway. But to have such a swing like this, like a 28-point swing, is just mind-blowing. It doesn't help when fucking Mikal Bridges is scoring 2 points, 3 points, or whatever he scored. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, this is what I expect. So 8:37 to play. We've only got, well, this is my last watch along of the season. So hope those in chat have enjoyed watching the streams and stuff. Obviously a bit tougher to get invested at the back end of the season, but you know, where you can, you got to enjoy the moments. That's why the first half, enjoyed watching it for the most part, even though the Knicks were scoring 40, dropped 40 on our head. So Brunson started 0 of 6. He's 7 of 18 now. So it doesn't really feel like, even though he's 7 of 12 since that 0 of 6 start, it feels like he's been better than 7 of 12. So look, I don't know if the Nets have got another run in them. I think it's more just stopping the Knicks, if anything. Claxton gets through and was fouled by Josh Hart. It's going to be free throws. That's a good play. You know, a fair bit of space on the floor. The Knicks were playing zonal. And it'll be 2 free throws here for Claxton to get it back to single figures. I would not count on it, though, because he's 1 of 2, and he's not a great free throw shooter historically, of course. And, God, that looked borderline like it was going to be a brick as well. Oh, God. Both free throws, same result. Man needs to just sit in the lab in the off season and just make free throws. I couldn't give a shit, like, if he's not on the team, but if he's going to be on the team, long term, man's got to become a more reliable free throw shooter. Jared Allen was, when we had him, he wasn't a great free throw shooter. He went to another team and he's become, what, a 73, 74% free throw shooter. That's what we need Claxton to be. Like, to be able to make, 4 of 5 or 3 of 4 or 6 of 8 instead of going like 2 of 8. Burks 3, that's a terrible shot. So 8 minutes to play. The Nets down 11. Thomas on the outside to Wilson. Gets inside, tries to shift Burks, and there's a foul, and it'll be free throws. So sometimes when the shots are not falling, you've just got to be an absolute, pest and just bully your way to the basket. And bit stiff to not get the and one. But 2 free throws here for Wilson, and he makes the first. So second free throw for J-Dub is good. And it's 94-85. So 7:50 to play. The game is still not out of question, which is actually nuts to think, to be quite honest. But don't like our chances. We'll see how we go, though. Still plenty of time to make the ground up. Burks on the outside will drive on Claxton. Pulls up for 2 on the baseline. It's off. The rebound by Walker. And now Thomas is trailing, not Thompson. Bit of space opened up, and Thomas hit the 3. The rainbow jumper cuts it to 6, and we've got 7:17 to play. So can Thomas replicate what he did a few years back with KD and Kyrie in this building, where he basically pioneered the comeback, hit a big shot from top of the key at this end of the court that they're shooting at right now to win the game and ice it for the Nets. It is 94-88 though. The Nets have outscored the Knicks in the quarter. They've scored 12, so they're doing enough to keep themselves in the game. Do I know who Manchester United is? Only the biggest football club in the world. Of course I do. Talk about Jalen Brunson. Don't really need to talk about Jalen Brunson. Good player that significantly elevates the Knicks' ceiling. Hence why they're winning this game. Because when the game started and they were trailing by 16 points, he hadn't scored a field goal. He starts scoring the ball, and instantly that just opens things up. Anunoby's been hitting 3s from the corner like it's nothing. And really, the Knicks have just looked like a lot more of a pleasant team. I don't know what this bloody box score is doing. Seriously, this is frustrating me. In the final game of the season, it just, it couldn't wait to shit itself for one more game. It couldn't wait till Monday, the final game of the season, where no one cares. Let's see if this actually shows me it. Okay. So the app that I'm looking at shows a little bit more of an up-to-date outlook. Cam Thomas has got 30. Watford has got a double-double. Clowney's got 9 and 5. Mikal's played 24 minutes and scored 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. There's your issue right there. Only 2 players in the plus-minus that are in a plus is Lonnie Walker and Jalen Wilson. Wilson has 7 and 6. He's gone 2 of 8. Claxton he's got 7 and 11. For the Knicks, Brunson's got 20 and 10 dimes, so he's been really good after the slow start, but he's still shooting 7 of 18. Robinson's been a force on the boards. He's got 4 offensive rebounds and he's 5 of 6 from the field. I would say he's probably, all his points have come from that outlet. And then you've got Hart, Anunoby, and DiVincenzo, who have all hit multiple threes and are in double figures. They've got 14 or 15 points. So 94-88, 7:20 to play. The Knicks needing to win to potentially get to the 2 seed. Hart on the outside. He travelled. Turnover. So 7:04 to play. And a make would cut it down potentially to 1 possession. So the Knicks try to kill our momentum off. Instead, they've just given us a free possession here, basically. Claxton looking for the handoff. He gets to Thomas. Thomas gets inside, and he was fouled. And I think it was Anunoby, but there were a lot of Knick bodies in there. And I think it's going to be Josh Hart who picks it up. So first, the travel on one end, and then on the other side, the foul. I don't know. I actually could not tell you what the foul was for there, but it's going to result in free throws. That thing I do know. And Thomas makes the first, so he has been perfect. Mikal's played a lot of 20-minute games in the last week or so. They're just trying to manage him to close out the year because he's had a very, very, he's had a very heavy minute season. A lot of games where he's played upwards of 30 minutes and potentially been driven into the ground because of it. So letting the rookies cook, and they've cooked in a couple of games in recent memory, so maybe they can do it again. Hart in the middle, easy push shot. I don't know what's going on there with the defense. If that's the offensive scheme we're running, it's not going to fucking work, and we are losing the game. Objectively, 6 minutes to play in the 4th. Watford the turn, gets inside. The kick out to Walker was partially deflected. Walker gets inside. Watford was the bailout pass. Wilson down the middle. Layup. Off the window. It's good. That's absolutely brilliant ball movement. The Knicks covered that off very well, but it's going to take a few tough shots to win this game. And, the Nets are on a 9-2 run. They were down by as much as 11, but it's down to 4 here. And it makes the game very, very interesting. DiVincenzo for 3. That's off. Get the rebound. What? No, that is not a foul. Never a foul. That's a joke. He just fucking stood there. Hart grabs the rebound and his own momentum takes him down. What the fuck's this for? Oh, you're fucking kidding me. If that's a foul, then, mate, you might as well call a foul for every bit of contact in the game of basketball in human history. Because, mate, that is so soft. Brunson. Step back 2. It's good. So he could not make those for dear life in the first half. So they've made some timely buckets here. That was an absolute gift, though. Here's Claxton. He's going to face up Robinson. Looking for a handoff. And now Thomas. High screen set. Gets inside. Shifts through. Lob. Claxton the dunk. Mate, Cam Thomas, what a feed. Because I thought he was going to put a rash shot up. But does really well there. To just adjust on the fly. Brunson. Step back 2. Thomas does well to help. And he forced the miss. He came over at the last second. The Nets can get it down to a single possession here. Watford picks up his dribble. Out to Walker. That pass needed to be precise because DiVincenzo was right there. 10 to shoot. Walker gets inside. The drive. Kick out to Thomas. Catch and shoot 3. Oh my God, it rimmed in. Nearly. Watford had it knocked away. DiVincenzo stole it. Oh my God. Brunson inside. Layup is wildly off. And great defense by CT. It's a 5-on-4. Move it. Cut by Wilson. Layup is good. Excellent work, lads. 98-96. Final 4 minutes. Great stop by CT. And I can say that for a couple of possessions here. He's guarding Brunson right now. He's doubled. Josh Hart to the corner for Anunoby. We'll drive it inside. Nearly had it knocked away. Good defense. It's off. Oh, Claxton, you idiots. Mate, we were this close to getting the rebound, and Claxton just didn't even jump. I don't know what happened there. It's like his legs just malfunctioned. Completely switched off. Mate, J-Dub has come up clutch in the late game. Free throws here for Robinson. I don't know how good he is at the line this season, but... well, he's bricked the first one, so we can potentially tie the game up. 98-96. The Knicks lead, but they were up by 11 in the quarter. And the Nets have gone on a 13-4 extended run. Robinson makes 1 of 2. It's down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout. I would presume that is a use it or lose it. And Kevin Ollie wants a play drawn up to potentially cut the lead down to 1 or tie the game up. So all of a sudden, it gets very interesting. Do you reckon you will live stream the Carlton Adelaide game later on today? No, I will be there. So that rules it out. I was potentially going to do the Carlton Freo game last week, but I didn't decide to. Whoops. Okay. Why have I played it? So we've got how long left? I don't know. But the Nets, man, I mean, Cam Thomas has been crucial down the stretch, but some big efforts. Like, to be fair, though, Cam Thomas's defense in the last couple of minutes has been profound. The fast break possession. Then there was one where Jalen Brunson had absolutely lost Wilson, and Thomas just came in from the left-hand side of Brunson's periphery and was able to deter the shot slightly. So, you know, I think the defensive efforts by CT have been the more, you know, admirable thing, even though the offense has basically been the thing he's like prided himself off today. The box score would suggest it. He's got upwards of 30 points again, Cam Thomas. I believe that's like the 15th game of the season where that's been the case. So CT is on the court with Watford, Claxton, Walker, and Wilson. So 3 W's on the court. WWW. 3:26 to play. Clock winding down. We've got 10 to shoot. Thomas gets inside. Picks up his dribble. Walker, catch and shoot 3. It's off. You just knew it immediately. I don't know what sort of play they drew up out of the timeout, but that was not it. The Knicks have got 1 timeout only. They would have used a fair chunk of those earlier in the contest when they were in the mud. Brunson, why did we go under the screen? It rimmed out. It was halfway down. 3 minutes to play. The Nets have another opportunity to cut the lead down. Thomas picks up his dribble. Good cut by Watford. He scores for 2, and he thought he was hit on the wrist. Great feed by CT again. 2:40 to play. The Knicks have gone 38% in the quarter. And the Nets are going to send Robinson to the line. They hack him and are challenging him to make these free throws. So it's going to force the Knicks to play small if they want to. They may very well do the same thing with Claxton. But here is Robinson, and he's 38% on the season, 51.5% in his career. It's only on brand for him to make 2 of 3 today, isn't it? So pressure to make the second free throw here. The box out's going to be so important. Claxton has Brunson on him. It's off. And Watford bats it to Claxton. And the Nets can take the lead with this possession. Come on. CT is getting doubled. He is harassed and he gets the fucking turnover. Excellent news. Got him. What are we doing? Oh no, we're just doing this shit with Robinson again. Bro, the Knicks, like, they're idiots. Because they keep running Robinson. He's been an important part of their defensive scheme. Anunoby and Hart trapped him alongside Robinson on the other side. That's Cam Thomas, who they trapped. And basically got the steal. So Robinson 2 of 4 at the line tonight. And he'll go and shoot a couple more here. Let's see what he does. And he bricks the first. So Kevin Ollie is doing the mentoring from the bench. Talking to CT. Obviously turned it over the previous play. So probably trying to rectify that issue on the fly. 2-point game. The Knicks lead, but hanging on by a thread, so it seems. Oh my god, it rimmed in. Lucky bastard. Okay, 2:20 to play. It's a 1-possession game. Thomas gets into it quickly. Drove it in. Put one up and scored for 2 in about 5 seconds. So that... Oi! What's going on there? I have no idea what just happened. So 2:04. And we're gonna hack Mitchell Robinson again because like at the 2-minute mark you can't do it because you give away a free throw on the ball. But we're at the 2:03 mark, so they're doing it strategically. Robinson makes another free throw. So we're getting a mixed bag of results here. It's a bit of a tough spot for the Knicks because they can't do it to Claxton given they're leading, and it would be stupid to give away potential 3 points. Robinson makes both. That is ridiculous. This guy can't make his free throws, and here he is knocking down 5 of his 8. Really? CT on the outside. He's got Robinson on him in a switch. Now Anunoby gets back on him. Thomas squares up and misses. Sims is getting ready to check in. Brunson one-on-one now with Wilson. We've got 90 seconds remaining in the match. 103-100. And now the switch. But not really. Hart to the corner for DiVincenzo. Back to Brunson. Don't give him space. Brunson gets inside and he scores with the left hand. That's his go-to move. He's got copyright on that move. It's up to a 2-possession game. It's been an absolute slog of a last quarter. The Knicks are up 5 now. 1 minute to play. 1 minute 25 to be exact. Plenty of time in this game. But it's just a pain in the ass. Mitchell Robinson, of all players, is knocking down 5 of his 8 free throws. I mean, credit to him if he can hit them. But, bro, man is shooting 38% from the damn line. And those extra couple of points, which go against the season averages, I mean, you know, that would have been super handy around this time. So, 105-100. Mikal's been sitting on the side for basically the entire last quarter. The Knicks lead by 5. I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty spirited effort by the Nets in the fourth. It got out to 11, and the Knicks have not really blown us out of the water here. And this is the quarter that I was sort of waiting for from a Knicks standpoint. They scored, well, they've only scored 21 in the quarter, but they've scored a bunch of those with free throws. So 105-100. Alrighty. So 105-100. This game is not done yet. The Knicks have got 82 seconds to hold on and get to the finish line. Inbounded to Claxton. And so 119 a play. We've basically got a score here. And they'll look for Cam Thomas immediately. But I don't know if they'll get it there. Anunoby is going to deny him off the ball. Watford gets inside. They're looking for Cam Thomas. Claxton. Cam Thomas just got the ball now. He shoots a step back three in the corner. Oh! Big shot! It's a fucking 2. God damn it. Oh my God. That would have made it very interesting if his toe wasn't on the line. But it's better than nothing. 48 seconds left. Brunson one-on-one with Wilson. In an ISO, shoots the 2 over the top. It's off. Oh my God. Robinson got the damn rebound, you idiots. We could have done the 2 for 1. Brunson going to drive on Wilson. Step back 2. It's good. And that's going to make it incredibly tough from here. We've got 1 timeout. We're going to have to use the whole... Like, we're going to have to use time quickly. Oh, that's a foul. It's a foul on the outside. Please be a 3. Please be a 3 on the foul. I reckon it had to be a 3, surely. We really could have done with an extra point from CT's deep 2 in the corner. Let's have a look where his foot was. It's not even close. He probably did travel, you know, but 3 shots instead will ensue. 107, 105 the score. So we're going to have to intentionally foul. Yeah, CT's fucking front leg was just toeing the line. That is so frustrating. CT's got 37 and 6 dimes as well. Second free throw goes down. And we've just got to make 1 more and then bank on some missed free throws. But we've got 22 seconds. So it's not necessarily, you know, it's not completely lost. But he's got to make the free throw, and he does. No doubt about it. They aren't going to use their timeout immediately. They're going to try get it into Brunson, which they do. Bro, defend him. Foul him, foul him, foul him, foul him, foul him, foul him. Foul him. Oh my God, foul the guy. Jesus Christ. They used half the fucking seconds up. Why did we use so much clock? Oh my God, mate. Wilson had a chance to foul Brunson in the backcourt. We could have done with the extra 11 seconds, even if Brunson was the guy going to the line shooting free throws. It'll be so funny if he misses 1 of 2, given he's been given MVP chance. I don't think he will, but 11.6 left. The Knicks up 3. Just got to get the board. So many times we could have had a little bit of a sniff. I mean, Mitchell Robinson getting an offensive rebound didn't help. To get Brunson 2 extra points, which have also come at a really timely stage. Brunson with 1 free throw remaining. You've got to box out. I mean, it doesn't matter. He made the free throw. So we're going to use the timeout or what here? I would have used it personally. CT's going to bring it up. He's going to go inside, shoot a layup, and score the 2. Now you have to foul. You have to foul right now. Foul him. Piss off. What a flop. What a flop. Get out of here. Piss off, a flagrant foul. Shut up. Shut up. He's just... Oh, please. Please. Oh, come on. What a flop. They give technical free throws for flopping, mate. Right in front of Spike Lee as well. That is so bullshit. What a joke. There's absolutely nothing in that except a common foul. Exaggerated as hell, man. That is just ridiculous. Just get the hell out of here. That's fucking... If they call that a flagrant, the game's gone. The game is gone if that is a fucking flagrant. The man's barely pushed him. Oh my God, mate. If they call this a flagrant foul, this is a joke. Please. Yeah, what a surprise. It's not a flagrant. Who would have thought? Captain Obvious. So 4 seconds left in the game, and Brunson will go to the line for free throws. And we've got one timeout remaining. So, look, the game's going to be beyond doubt if Brunson makes the free throws, but it's all depending on how quickly you operate. 109, 107, he's got to make the free throws first. So we'll see if this stoppage in play actually does anything for Brunson's routine, because it could. So 4 seconds left. He's getting MVP chance again. You wouldn't want to miss a free throw. You wouldn't want to miss a free throw. He makes it. It's going to take something bloody special. I mean, if Brunson makes this free throw, we'd basically have to call the timeout, score a 3 off the timeout, and then get a steal off the inbounds. That's the only way. But here we go. The free throw incoming right now. Clowney's in for rebounding purposes. Makes both. So it makes it very, very difficult now. But it's been an entertaining game. I mean, these are the games that I wish like we could watch more of this season. Not necessarily like being on the receiving end or like on the winning side of it all the time, but even just to like feel the drama. There's been so many games I've just been deflated because we've been out of the contest. But this hasn't really taken that trend, has it? It's been a pretty entertaining fourth quarter. You know, the Nets have had multiple opportunities to get it down to one possession or, you know, potentially take the lead, and they just fell at the final hurdle. And a couple little things where, you know, Robinson making a few extra free throws, getting an offensive rebound, you know, that all counts in a close game. And like, even if the Knicks were 2 points worse off, like, you're seeing the result here. Like, we're 1 point shy of potentially being able to tie the game. And equally, you know, if Robinson makes one less free throw, we're looking at the same sort of prospect. So Cam Thomas has another 40-point game. He's been superb today. He scored 22 in the first half. He had a quiet third quarter when, you know, we only scored 13. And basically the game was done right there. But let's see what we do here. Got to inbound it. It's in a Clowney. And it's an air ball. That's going to do it. So, oh, well, here's what it is, man. The Knicks win. They sweep the season series. They win 111-107. And look, we actually put up a fight. There's been too many games against the Knicks this season where they've blown us out and made us look like absolute clowns. This was done the tougher way, I think, for the Knicks. They only scored 23 points in the fourth quarter. The Nets, they responded well in the fourth quarter, but it's always one quarter for this damn basketball team. 13 points in the third quarter. That's where the game was lost. And ultimately, yeah, we fall short, unfortunately. Hang on. That doesn't work. What was it at three-quarter time? 84-76. Oh, no, they scored 27 points. Yeah, but look, it's simply down to the fact that we didn't close out the first half well enough. Like, we gave away that 3 on the buzzer, which is so avoidable. And then in the later game, we just didn't do enough. Like, more so in the third quarter. That always seems to cost us, and ultimately, it's going to be chalked down as an L, and we've got to play the Philadelphia 76ers in the final game. So we very well may crack 50 losses. The box score is still bloody lagging. I'll read out the box score, and then we will call it a day for the final time. this is the final time this season we're doing a stream. So look, it wasn't a bad effort by the Nets. It's a pain in the ass that we held the Knicks to 5 points in the first 9 minutes of the game and still lost. But yeah, I would rather see these games more next season than and still lose 48 games than lose games embarrassingly time and time again. Overall, the Knicks, all 5 starters ended in double figures. And Brunson had 30 points, 11 dimes. He shot 10 of 25. But look, I mean, they started slowly, and then really eased into the game well. Mitchell Robinson played the back end of the match, and he actually was a team worst, -9 in the plus-minus, but had some big offensive rebounds. He had 6 offensive rebounds. He scored 15 points. He hit 5 free throws. So I think they've got Mitchell Robinson to thank for a lot of their last quarter play, because they very well could have been 5 or 6 points worse off than what they were, and ultimately may have lost the game. DiVincenzo played 43 minutes, which is a little bit stupid, but that's Coach Tibbs to a T, and Josh Hart played 40 minutes as well. Overall, they shot decent percentages, I think. The Nets got 41 from Cam Thomas. They got 15 from Walker, 17 points and 13 rebounds for Watford in probably his highest minute game of the season. Jalen Wilson made some big plays late, ended with 11 points and 7 boards. And Mikal Bridges was not good. He scored 5 points. He was 2 of 8 in 24 minutes, but he played the second least minutes of any player today. Noah Clowney had 9 points and 5 boards. And ultimately, yeah, the Nets just didn't have they fell short in the third quarter, and that's just severely compromised them going into the fourth because they had to make up the ground. So the Nets end up shooting 50% from the field and 34% from 3. They were up at about 50% from 3 earlier on. They had 13 turnovers, but a bunch of those in the second half, which was frustrating. 16 offensive rebounds, which is a great return. And then they also had, they out-rebounded the Knicks by 14, which is pretty nuts. But they had 7 more turnovers, and that's probably where the game was lost. The Knicks hit 3 more threes and had a ton more free throws. So those were a couple of areas the Knicks got the breathing space. And then offensive rebounds, we had 8 more. Points off turnovers, the Knicks had more. Second chance points, we had only 1 more second chance points, even for all those offensive rebounds. So that's probably something that we probably are going to rue for the missed opportunities we had. And then the Knicks, based off that third quarter burst where they were just clamping us, they had 17 fast break points to 6. So ultimately, I think that's where the game was won. The third quarter, ultimately, even though the Knicks scored 40 in the second quarter, that's what got their offense going. But their defense was the thing that ultimately got them the W in the end, because they held us to 44 points after dropping 63 in the opening half. So I did say we needed to score 50 to 55 points to end the game in the second half, but we never got there. So ultimately, we've just ended up with the same fate that we've ended up with for the larger majority of the season. It's just a little bit painful, but realistically, I'm happy with what we've done. So that's going to do it from me. Thanks for the season. Thanks for the engagement, the chat messages, everything. It's been a tough one, but hopefully next season is a little bit more bearable and we have a direction, a definable direction, which means that we can be in more games and, actually deliver. Because a lot of the time this season, we had our veterans not leading from the front, and that's probably one of the most annoying things of the year. So, it's been good. It's been great. It's been real great. So, yeah, that's going to do it, though. See you next year. But we'll be doing some off-season content as well to compensate for the hiatus from Nets basketball, and a much-deserved one, I think, for the fan base. So that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe over the break. And, we'll see you next year. Have a good one.